ESG factors have often been hard to quantify. Yet as time passes, it's becoming a less grey area and a critical regulatory requirement. Global financial services provider Apex Group is driving sustainable change through its ESG advisory services and auditing tool, giving private firms a clear picture of their ESG impacts, weighted against global standards to ultimately understand the true value of their business.
All of us are becoming more aware of the world around us and how economic activity can impact both people and the planet. And environmental, social and governance principles known as ESG are becoming increasingly important for businesses across all sectors.
So now we're trying to really evolve it.
Peter Hughes, the founder of Apex Group, is passionate about the environment. And as a global business, he wants to drive positive change in the financial services space to support greater investment in a more sustainable future.
Everyone has to do something about it. It's not just about politicians and scientists trying to fix it and everyone else washing their hands of the problem. We all have a role to play, and I think particularly in the asset management space, with the deployment of capital, whether it's debt capital or equity capital, that can really make a massive difference.
And Apex's ESG portal, together with its ratings and advisory services, supports clients to measure sustainability factors as well as the ethical impact of their businesses.
So it gathers 100 different data points and we weight it based on the global standards of ESG measurement so that it's not wishy-washy, it's not all qualitative, it's actually measurable so you can score it and benchmark it. And that's what people have really struggled to do before.
I would say there is not a business in our portfolio that hasn't benefited from this process. We certainly have.
Tom FALCON is a partner at Elysian Capital, an independent private equity firm that uses Apex ESG services.
This provides us with that qualitative and quantitative measurement for ESG within any given asset. And that's just been hugely powerful for us. We've gone from a spreadsheet to a full-blown life cycle ESG auditing tool that helps us on the way into the business. It provides us with the sort of annual monitoring, but also important agenda setting information.
There's not many people who are able to combine their passion and their work.
Andy Pitts-Tucker's banking and conservation background brought him to Apex Group. He believes ESG is no longer a nice-to-have, but a moral duty and increasingly a critical requirement.
Regulation is beginning to change. So investment managers, if they're in the European Union, have to collect data and have to disclose environmental social governance information about themselves and their underlying investments. At the same time, you have a fiduciary want and demand, and that is the people on the street who put their money into pensions, they put their money into insurance. Their cash flow and how that cash flow is put to work is very important.
What's so important to us as a leadership team is that we walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
And for Apex as a group, it's important these ESG values are also brought to life in its own business.
We've partnered with Eden Reforestation Projects, and what we do is we plant 10 trees for every new client contract signed and 5 trees for every 5 years of employee service. So this year to date, we've planted 50,000 trees, which equates to about 3,000 tonnes of CO2 reabsorbed over the next 5 years.
We've talked there about the E, the environment and sustainability with regard to that. But what about the SG, the social governance? It's about investing in people as well as the planet.
Exactly, and too often people only focus on the E, the environmental piece, but societal equality and sustainable future for us as a human race, for the financial services industry, we have to focus on those things too. So what that's about is bringing diversity of thought to the leadership conversation. So different genders, different ethnicities, different age groups, all contributing to that conversation so that we can be the best business that we can be.
It's all about changing the conversation when it comes to ESG, and by investing in people and the planet, asset managers can not only make a difference, but bring integrity, relevance and longevity to how they do business.